All right, guys. Sunday. It's Sunday. Um, it's still June 2019. It's Sunday. The first Sunday of June 2019. Yeah, I just wanted to make another kind of short recording because it's the weekend and I've got time, a little bit of energy left to kind of do something. And wanted to kind of sit outdoors for the last few minutes left of what is considered today's bit of daylight remaining. You can probably see it's not completely dark yet. It's almost 8 p.m. I'm in a parking lot. I know this place is usually pretty deserted, so I like it. Over there, that's Sharp Hospital up behind me, and over here that's the 163 freeway entrance. And as you can see, it's not that dark yet. It's like, I'm not gonna pan the whole way, but that's the other side of the parking lot. It's not completely night, but it's getting there. But yeah, I was just interested in recording something based on a recent conversation that I had with some friends. I don't know which direction to look. I feel like I'm looking too far over to the side. This is weird for me. But yeah, I wanted to just record a bit of some opinions and thoughts about dresses. I think it's appropriate for this channel. And I kind of did it before a little bit. Sorry, I'm cold. I'm kind of shivering a little. So I got the hood up and I'm cold. But I don't mind. I'm still running around in shorts. I always do. But yeah, just thoughts about dresses. And it was kind of an interesting conversation that we had. Just myself and some coworker friends. I mean, that's not all we were talking about, but it kind of came up in conversation. I think I was talking about a wedding or something. I don't remember what I was talking about, but the topic came up about dresses. So I remember saying something about that I don't like wearing them. And someone was kind of asking me why? And I was just like, I just don't. It just doesn't feel like naturally something that I'm naturally inclined towards. I tried to describe it because I'm really into techie stuff. So I tried to describe it because I know they're not super into techie stuff. So I was like, well, it would almost be as if you yourself, them, talking to them, it would almost be as if they were trying to get interested in programming or something, learning some computer programming language. It's they probably couldn't care less to do it. They probably wouldn't want to spend their money doing it. They probably wouldn't want to spend their energy or effort doing it, and it would be a pain in the ass kind of thing. But if somebody told them they had to, they'd probably do it. So I was kind of I don't know what else to say, but I was that's the only thing I can really say that might make it somewhat of a relatable experience. It's almost as if you're kind of told to go out of your comfort zone to just do something that naturally doesn't appeal to you. Doesn't appeal and doesn't seem like something that naturally you would have gravitated towards on your own without somebody kind of pressuring it or forcing it or recommending or strongly recommending it. So that's kind of how I explain it. Sorry, I'm kind of screaming because I don't know how the audio is going to come out. This time, the mic, I'm trying to use this mic. This time the headphones are plugged in, the earbuds are plugged up, so I got the mic attached to the earbuds have a built-in mic, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, there's lights turning on and stuff. This is weird, but yeah, that was one thing I remember explaining. And if there are other people watching this that kind of have similar conversational experiences with people, I kind of wonder how they navigate those, because it's kind of something that comes up a lot, not like all the time, and because like I'm kind of older, I'm not really in a lot of spaces where people are going to be like too forceful about certain stuff, because like I'm not like in my teens, so I'm not like in high school, I don't necessarily live at home with my folks. Like I visit them a lot and go up there and stuff, but technically, I mean, I still have a bedroom there, my stuff is there, and I still call it home, but I mean, it's not like where I am most of the time at the moment, like at all. But I do go up there a lot, sometimes more than others, depending on the car and finances and stuff like that. But yeah, like, I don't really live at home for the most part. I mean, I would say I kind of live at home, but I kind of mostly don't. Like, I have my own place where I rent, and I work like 100 or so miles away from my folks' place. So I stay where I rent, and I work near where I rent. So I don't really live there, but I visit there, I go there, and my stuff is there. It's kind of like, I feel like it's still home in a lot of ways. I still call it home. I still refer to it as home. Probably always will, honestly. Hopefully. But yeah, like, I think it's a little different when you're a little bit older. Like, you kind of can just, there are expectations, but it's different because, like, I don't have like necessarily always like parents or school professors or something like that, like, dictating to me what I need to do anymore, for the most part. I mean, I'm not saying that like people were always like dictating to me, but I'm just saying, like, maybe that's the poor choice of words, but I'm just saying it's a little different when you're a little bit older. You don't really have to, you can kind of pick and choose places. Like, for example, I probably wouldn't choose a workplace that said if you're female you have to wear a dress to work, or a skirt or something like that, because I just wouldn't. And my workplace doesn't force that. I mean, there is kind of a dress code, like you can't wear anything like triggering to the clients, you can't wear anything that's got like drug related triggering info, or something that's like scary looking. I try not to wear graphic tees at all. I mostly wear like gym shirts that are like the workout type of material shirts that are just plain, like it's a color, but it's like a pattern color, or like striped shirts or button downs that have like a pattern or something like that, or like my hoodies. I have hoodies and stuff, but like they have patterns on them and stuff like that, but like they're not like pictures. I mean that's good enough for where I work. And then usually if I wear jeans, they're pretty fitted. I don't have like super baggy clothes. I'm not allowed to wear shorts. I could wear skirts, but I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, thinking about that conversation with dresses, it was just kind of interesting to me, mainly because it's something that I don't really verbalize too often. Like, I know kind of how I kind of feel about it. Like, it's just kind of like, no, that's not me. But usually I don't have to put it into words for people. Usually it's not something that I have to like explain. And these guys don't know me. Like, we didn't grow up together. Like, they're getting to know me, and I think they know me pretty well. They get me pretty good. But I mean, we just met within the last year. Within the last year. I didn't know them this time. I mean, at the earliest I met them was probably May or June of 2018. That's the earliest. But I think I actually met them a little after, maybe around June, late June or so. Maybe even September. I don't remember. But yeah. But I was trying to explain, because I was trying to explain, like, how does it feel to wear a dress? Like, it's kind of a hard thing to explain to somebody who doesn't have any issue with it, or any kind of like dislike of it or anything. I noticed it's kind of hard to put it into words. So the best way I was able to describe it, which is kind of silly, but it's kind of true, is almost like a Halloween costume or like maybe not even a Halloween costume, but like a costume of some sort, or like a onesie, something that's not really meant to be worn every day, but people can technically wear it. That's kind of how I feel about dresses. So let me move over in the light a little, but that was kind of the best, maybe most accurate definition I was able to really kind of try and give. That didn't help at all, but yeah, the light's not that much better over here. But basically, I was trying to and we weren't arguing about this. They were just genuinely interested in like knowing what was up with that. And I did kind of like, I don't know if I opened the conversation, but I was like open to talking about it. It wasn't like a big issue. But yeah, I did kind of notice that I was like, how do you even explain to somebody who wears dresses, who wears that style of clothing, because these are both females, and I've seen both of them in dresses more than once. You know, it's kind of their style, and one of them was kind of like, oh, like it's your style, you don't have to, kind of thing, like it's just kind of part of who you are. And I'm like, I know that, I get it, you know. And so they weren't like too not understanding, but they were just trying to get like a feel for like, okay, like it's different. So they kind of were asking why, and I didn't really know how to really explain why, because it's kind of like, I mean, why do you not want to do certain things that other people might technically want to do and find it easy, or, you know, might find some pleasure or joy in it, but you don't find any joy in it? If you think of almost any topic on that point, it's kind of how it feels to have somebody be like, hey, wear a dress when you don't really wear dresses. It's kind of like, you know, no. But yeah, and I was trying to explain about okay, so say for example you go to, I mean, I didn't say this in much detail, but like, say for example you go to, like, I don't know if they're even called masquerades, like a Halloween party or like a Halloween dance or something, and like you can dress up, right? You dress up, say you forget your clothes. So it's October 31st, you come to this party, you go there, you forget your clothes, you're wearing like, I don't know what you would wear, like a Peter Pan costume or something. Say that's your costume, is Peter Pan, and it's a clear, like, or Pikachu or something that's like clearly something in, like, if you're in the US, it's like clearly something that's like popular, that people would know what you are. For Halloween, that's appropriate, right? Like, everyone's kind of dressed up. But say you stay over at your buddy's house, you crash over at your friends, and now it's November 1st, and you wake up in the morning, and you guys are going to Denny's for breakfast, and you don't have any other clothes but your dang Peter Pan or your Pikachu outfit, and that's all you have to wear. I mean, how comfortable would you be just like going out in like Pikachu attire, a full on, like the ears and the tail and like the colors and like the face mask and all that? You're the only one wearing a costume, and people kind of get like, okay, it was Halloween the day before, but say it's dinner time and you're still wearing the dang thing, you know? It's like, okay, there's a certain point where it doesn't really fit. So that's kind of how I would describe it for myself anyways, is like, if you take that kind of out of place costume, it's like, technically, yes, you can wear it. Yes, it fits. Yes, it was purchased and had a purpose at some point, and, you know, you're using it for a reason. But it's not really naturally something that you would do unless you kind of had to, or in this certain circumstance, like say if you're only wearing it because you don't have your other clothes, or like you're only wearing it because somebody told you to wear it, but it's not necessarily what you would naturally just put on as your natural choice every day. You wouldn't wake up and be like, you know, it's the middle of June, I'm gonna wear my Pikachu costume, you know, like, you likely wouldn't do that, you know. Most people, unless you're just kind of silly or goofing around or having like some kind of fun or some humorous thing, most people likely would not do that, you know. You'd be like, this is weird for me, this doesn't feel like me. Yes, this is clothing of a type of clothing, but I don't even feel like it's clothing that was meant for me. I mean, maybe at a certain time and at a certain period, but it's like, that's kind of generally how I always feel about dresses, is as if I was wearing a Pikachu outfit and I'm the only one wearing like a costume. It's a Pikachu costume. I'm the only one wearing a costume. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like a costume. It's like I'm putting this on, but I'm wearing a costume. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm putting on this dress for this event because I care about this event and I want to look nice and presentable. Therefore, I'm going to choose this dress on my own will, so I'll look and feel comfortable, and feel like I'm wearing appropriate attire and feel comfortable wearing this because it's what I'm choosing to wear. That's not usually how I feel about dresses. I feel more I mean, if you put a Pikachu costume and a dress next to each other, I literally would feel just about the same wearing either one. Honestly, I mean, I'd just be like, okay, give me the Pikachu onesie, you know? I mean, it's kind of the same. I kind of have the same feelings about both. It's kind of like, this doesn't feel quite right. This doesn't feel like me. I don't see it like, okay, I'm wearing a dress like all the other females are wearing dresses. I feel more like, okay, I'm wearing a dress. Oh God, why do I have to wear a dress? You know, it's more like that. And I laugh about it now, you know, but I mean, it's kind of like, you know, it's something that a lot of people do have to deal with on a regular, and it's just, it's that complicated. So I don't know, like I don't really know how else to describe it, but I don't know, how would you guys describe what it feels like having to wear certain clothing that you're not necessarily, you know, naturally in tune with? If you have that, maybe, I mean, not everybody has that kind of situation going on. I'm comfortable wearing like pink or bright colors or flowers. I have a lot of like floral pattern shirts, like a lot of them are from the guy sections. And I have a lot of, you know, even button downs that are more like, I kind of like androgynous type clothing. Like it's kind of weird because when I do shop like in guys sections a lot, but I've noticed I don't really pick like straight up, like, sorry, my battery's dying, straight up like only like male looking clothing. Like I kind of like pinks and bright like neon colors, a little bit like kind of like pastels, kind of brighter colors with a guy style, but like brighter colors. I used to have like some bright pink Fila sneakers. They're from the women's section. Like it's just, you know, stuff like that. I don't mind just like rocking pink sneakers. Like they're full on like neon pink, you know, and I wore them till I like wore them out basically. Like I just can't wear them. I had to glue on the sole at one point, and I was like, these are done. Like I can't wear them anymore. It was when Sports Authority was closing down. I got them for super cheap then. They're having like 60% off or something for everything. But yeah, stuff like that. Sorry, I'm really dark, and it's night now. So what's that white thing? It's like a trash bag or like a sign. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys have like similar kinds of experiences? Do you have a similar explanation? How do you describe to people what it feels like wearing clothing? If you're kind of like, if you consider yourself a tomboy, or somebody else calls you a tomboy, or you're androgynous or something, you know, I don't know, whatever label you use for yourself. How do you feel when somebody kind of like asks you about your clothing or your attire or your preferences for clothing? It's kind of a big deal, right? Like it's kind of like when you're free to just do what you want, it's great. But, and I mean, I'm not trying to like cause a scene or anything. Like certain places I know there is an appropriate expectation of like dress code and things. I'm not trying to be like, okay, let's break down all these like cultural barriers. I'm not really, you know, trying to like get on anybody's nerves. I'm just trying to be like authentic and true to myself, and for some odd reason it just doesn't fit with what is expected. And that's just naturally how it is. Like I'm not forcing it. I've been this way since I was like very young. And I've tried dresses and things and all sorts of thingies, that hair things and all this, you know, stuff that, you know, people kind of were like, oh, maybe you'll just, like, my parents used to take me to get like a hairstylist, and they used to straighten out my hair and stuff. and like put it in like a style, kind of like if you remember like Monica from like the one who sang the R&B singer from like the 90s. She sang what was that song? That song, like, it's just one of them days that I want to be all alone, something like that. That song, like basically that kind of haircut, kind of like short but like straight, really straight hair. It's still like a feminine type haircut, but it's just short. And it's it doesn't really look like, when your hair's cut a certain way. It's kind of different when you're wearing like basketball shorts, and so I remember one of the hairstylists, when they did my hair, and it like looked nice, I guess. I don't remember specifically, but I remember it was kind of like in that sort of style. And there were some other like old ladies there, and they're like some old black women, and they're just like, oh, like, yeah, now we just need to get her some like clothes. I recall that. So I remember they were pretty concerned that I didn't have I'm gonna stand up a little, that I didn't have clothing that kind of like matched my my haircut, because it was kind of like, okay, you have this like feminine haircut now, and you're running around in like basketball shorts and like tank top or whatever. So I don't know what I was wearing, honestly, but it was probably basketball clothes. I mean, that's probably mostly what I wore back in that time. It was like before I could even drive. It was ages ago. I was still living over near like LAX airport at that point, so it was a long time ago. It was like before high school for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Like, let me know what you guys think. It's kind of like a complicated topic, and I'm sorry. I'm a dark person. I'm not sorry for that, but I'm sorry that you might not be able to see me because it's dark and I don't have good lighting anymore. I'm trying to stand under these lights, and they're not really helpful. So unless I point it up like that makes it worse. But anyways, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it like a big deal? Is it not a big deal? Do you just kind of ignore it? Do you do something about it? Do you not do anything about it? Do you talk to your friends and family about it? Do they kind of get it? Do they hassle you? Like, what's that like for other people? I'm kind of wondering, kind of interested in knowing kind of what people kind of think and feel about those sorts of topics, because it's kind of something that I'm sure comes up when you don't really fit like the little square box or the mold. It's kind of like people try and like, there's like some excess sticking out, so people are kind of like trying to figure out like what's going on with that, but I don't know. It's something I like to think about somewhat. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any comments, if there's anything you guys have noticed or gone through about it or dealt with or still dealing with, if people are even watching this or reading or anything related to these topics, I'm just kind of interested to know. But yeah, again, for all those celebrating Pride Month 2019, happy Pride Month, everybody. Hopefully you're getting the most out of it. You're getting some, I don't know, dates or fun parties and pool parties and Pride Festival music, things coming out to people, if that's what you're doing. I don't know, however you want to celebrate Pride, just be yourself, be the best version of you that you can be. It's kind of the best thing to be, honestly. That's why try and be anything else? Sometimes people will force it, they'll try and force you to be something else, but I mean, you know who you are, and you could be you better than anyone else can tell you how to be you, or what other people might need you to be. That's on them. Like, of course, be compassionate and loving towards yourself, towards other people, but it's also compassionate to love yourself and be who you are. But everyone has different situations. Some people are in dangerous environments if they try to be themselves. I get that. Like, it's not safe for everybody. But there are safe places out there if you can get to one of them. I mean, nothing's like fully 100% predictable that nothing dangerous will ever happen, even in a safer type of environment. But I mean, still just kind of be you, if you can, when you can, or at least find a way to get in touch with it, even if you have to do it while you're by yourself, somewhere for like an hour a day when your parents aren't home or something, you know, like it might help, you know. Put it into art, put it into music, put it into creativity, you know, get it out of your system, you know. Don't hold on to that kind of negative energy, you know. It doesn't, it's not beneficial. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna sign off here. Hopefully you're having a good night, good day. Everybody take care. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. If you like this kind of stuff, please like, comment, subscribe, check out the blog. It's a Blogger, Tomboy official. Website's gonna be up and running near mid-June. So look out for tomboyofficial.com. I'm having issues. I kind of paid for the wrong hosting, so I don't want to pay it again. So I basically got to call the hosting company tomorrow and see what they can work out, because I already paid for it, but it's not linking. So I got to get them to link what I paid to the domain, because it got unlinked. I previously disconnected it and now I can't connect it back again. So that's what I'm dealing with. That's why the site's not up. But yeah, the blog is up, and the blog doesn't have too much details, but I'm getting it up, guys. I'm getting it up on there. So keep checking back. Stay tuned for more. Have a good first full week of Pride Month, guys.